start teaching Torah without doing the mitzvah?
Use the mic.
Use the mic. Okay, my friends. Happy Chanukah! Thank you, Holy Hostess. I have to light because you can't really do anything before you light. But if you're going, the halacha is that if you're going to light for the community, you can put off your personal lighting. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay. Here's an interesting fact. What do you do on Shabbat? Do you light the candles first or do you say the blessing first?
Candles.
You light the candles first. Why do you light the candles first on Shabbat and then say the bracha? Because if you say the bracha, you're already in Shabbat. Can you light candles on Shabbat? No. So it's actually confusing because on Hanukkah you do the opposite. On Hanukkah you say the bracha and then you light. Did anyone ever realize that? Interesting, right? No? Maybe?
No.
Facebook world, not interesting? Okay, well at least we have honest crews. Everyone's Israeli here? Good, just checking. Seriously, everyone's so honest. Alright guys, feel free to do harmony with me, yeah?
Yeah. Baruch atah Elokeinu melech haolam she'asa nisim avotenu bayamim hahem v'hazman hazeh. Amen. Elokeinu Anisim. Maybe there's a match around. No, there's not. Ooh, happy Chanukah. Come light the menorah. Party will all dance the hora. Gather round the table, there's latkes to eat. And latkes to eat. And when we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed us with light. Remind us of days long ago.
Okay, repeat after me. I am a latke.
I am a latke.
I am a latke.
I am a latke.
And I am waiting.
And I am waiting
For Chanukah.
Latke. I am a latke. And I am waiting for Chanukah to come.
Alright guys, that was great. Thank you for participation. You're amazing.
Woo!
So let's just do this. Listen, everything in life is way more interesting when there is intention behind it, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for the enthusiasm.
Woo!
Okay, so what is Hanukkah? Let's go. What's Hanukkah? What are we doing here tonight? What are we celebrating? Shout it out.
Festivals of life.
Festival of Life.
Maccabees.
Miracles. Festival of Life.
Solstice.
What?
Eating fat.
Light in the world.
Light in the world. What else? Maccabees. What does that mean?
Oil.
There can be
Miracles.
Where's the harmony? Getting better. What else is Hanukkah?
Our friend from Shabbat.
Oil.
Figure skate. You can do it. Ready? Go. What else is Hanukkah, guys?
Guilt. History.
Guilt or guilt?
Guilt.
Guilt.
Donuts.
Why aren't you staying for the Torah class? Hanukkah guilt. Just kidding. Okay, no one's saying presents?
Presents.
Your present.
Oh, nice.
Right? We got donuts,
Nice.
we got latkes. Why
Friends.
do we eat donuts and latkes?
Oil.
We're all old enough at this point to realize, why oil? Why do we eat donuts and latkes? Because of the oil. What's the deal with that?
Miracle of the
Miracle of oil.
Miracle of the oil.
You gotta
we went to
squeeze
Jewish
the
school, we
olive,
don't even
and
use-
then you get the oil.
Ah!
Oh, we have oil. Why do we celebrate oil on Hanukkah?
Because it
What's
lasted
that?
the candles.
So if you want to celebrate the oil, oh my poor Chanukah, oh Hashem.
Why? It's so good.
I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm just gonna
Mother
light
Nature's
it.
mad.
Keep lighting.
Keep
I'm
lighting.
afraid you're gonna light on fire, Nili. You're really close.
Do you believe in miracles?
Yes.
All right, it'll be
Use the other
symbolic. I'll light
flame.
again
You
at home.
can't use the other flame. You gotta use the.
So the truth is like this, guys. I'm gonna just tell you right down here. Why do we, if we're celebrating the oil, why do we need to eat the oil?
Maybe the mic a little bit.
Maybe the mic.
Symbolism is really good in Judaism.
What's up with the oil? Why do we need to eat oil? What's the deal? Jews just like clogging our arteries?
For reals.
No, but seriously, it's really deep. Why do we have to eat the oil? Why do we have to light the candles, look at the candles, celebrate the candles?
The
Why do
light
we have
has
to
to
eat the
shine
oil?
from within.
Because it has to come from within. But okay, that's cute. But why? But why? What's the deal? So Rabbi Akiva says, ready for this? This is fun.
First century.
I met Rabbi Akiva. But Rabbi Akiva says the following thing, and I learned this from David Sachs. He says that the oil is actually oil. What is oil in the first place? Shemen. It's condensed light from heaven. It's the food that the angels eat. Did you ever hear David Sachs say this? That oil is actually condensed light from heaven. It's angel food. And actually, does anyone know when else did we eat this condensed light from heaven? I'll give you a hint.
The desert.
Carlos in the house! Not only has he made amazing guacamole, he
Woo woo!
Tell us more, Carlos.
When the children of Israel were in the wilderness for 40 years.
Come hither, Carlos.
My voice is gone. God sent them this bread from heaven, and they were allowed to gather as much as they wanted every day. And if whatever they didn't gather became rotten.
Why were they eating this man, Carlos? What were they preparing for?
I guess.
Why were they going through the desert? Why were the Jews
To enter Israel.
Escaping Egypt.
escaping Egypt? Why they were trying to get to the promised land? That's right. But what was a very important thing that happened on the way to the promised land, my friends? They received the Torah. In order to receive the Torah, now tell me if you know what this word is. Torah, Torah. In order to receive the divine light, we had to eat the manna. And the manna was made from condensed light from heaven. And manna is actually the English word, but the Hebrew word is man. And if you, what's the word again for oil? Shemen. Sheman. That of man. The manna, man was shemen. It was condensed light from heaven that we had to eat in order to receive the light of the Torah. So the reason that we still eat donuts and latkes is not because we want to clog our arteries, and it's not because we're celebrating the light, but because we have to ingest that oil, because oil, shemen, is sheman, that of the man, the condensed light from heaven that continues to prepare us to receive the wisdom and the light of God. What's up, homie?
Can we just like drink oil instead?
You can drink oil. The idea of the tradition of the latkes and the donuts is that it's immersed in oil, that we want our life to be immersed in wisdom, and we want to internalize that wisdom. Because it's cute. Yeah, I got you, DJ. One sec. It's cute when you know things, right? But really, it doesn't matter how much you know. It's how much you internalize and integrate the wisdom, right? So you can look at the oil, you can dunk in oil, but you really want things that immerse in oil because you want to be immersed in that wisdom. DJ, what's up?
I read somewhere that the meta was actually a psychedelic mushroom.
Psychedelic mushrooms. We're definitely in West Hollywood now. yeah, for sure. No, you should.
No one knows exactly what it is, but I read somewhere that that's what it was.
Well, listen. Condensed light from heaven, magic mushrooms, probably the same effect. No, I know. I'm totally with you. No, I'm totally with you. Check out my friend Madison Margaret on Facebook. She's right about it.
Oh, really?
Shout out Madison. Yeah, that's what's up.
Wait, what's it about? Her book?
Judaism and psychedelics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got this.
Right.
Okay, so we know that Hanukkah's about presents. We know that Hanukkah's about oil. We know that Hanukkah's about winning the war. Actually, you know what there's two biggest things that we're supposed to do in Hanukkah. One is to sit by the lights, that's right. But the other one is there's a theme to Hanukkah that many of us miss, right? We go to all the parties on the rooftops in West Hollywood. And we forget there's a very important theme, and that is two words, lehodot ulehalel, to thank and to praise. Because the whole thing, like we said, is about miracles, right? But really the truth is that all of our life is a miracle. Can you just do me a favor? Are your lungs breathing right now? How about your brain? Are your brain synapses firing? Isn't it unbelievable? You have gooey balls in your skeleton that can see me. You have a flappy muscle in your mouth that's called a tongue that functions. We're standing upside down in the middle of an abyss on a floating water ball. You were conceived because a microscopic piece of sperm entered an egg and now you're you. Everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. You go to bed and your body digests your dinner and turns it into poop.
Whoa.
It's a freaking miracle. If you don't wake up in the morning and realize it's a miracle, it's not even Hanukkah. Tomorrow morning everyone's going to be like, Hanukkah miracle! So that's some of the stuff we're celebrating. Light in the darkness, hope and faith. The dropping of my shiur. But anyways, let's check this out, guys. How cool is it that we have a festival of light?
Yeah.
Do you think there's another tradition in the world that has a festival of light?
Yeah, Burning Man.
Burning Man?
West Hollywood.
West
We're just beginning.
But it's more of a fire than a light, right?
Same but different.
Like moment.
He's finding the Kedusha in the Burning Man. That's really deep. You know the origins of Hanukkah in the Bible are the burning bush, according to many of the rabbis? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because it was a bush that burned and didn't get consumed.
A
A snap oil. It burned and didn't get. So the same. People ask, "My Hanukkah, what is Hanukkah, and where's the source in the Torah?" So actually, the source in the Torah is the burning bush. Sam Glazer, did you know that?
No.
Isn't that rad?
Then the fireman came.
And you know what's crazy about it? It burned and it didn't get consumed. But what's the miracle? That Moses noticed it in the first place. It takes noticing your lungs breathing to realize it's a miracle. It takes the consciousness and the awareness. What's up?
Where did the bush go?
Where did the bush go? It's still burning and it's like a ring of fire.
Like a ring of fire.
Someone got it. Someone. So first, I just want to point it out how cool it is that we have a festival of light, and it's not so crazy because, like we said in the beginning, and here's like a mind blow if you didn't realize it. We're all here because we're celebrating this thing from this tradition called the Torah. But just raise your hand for a second, because if you didn't realize this, the Torah actually means light. Torah, ora, Torah, ora. Torah, Torah, right? Did you guys realize that the Torah actually means light? Our whole lives are meant to be a celebration of the light. Can I get some like?
Whoa. Whoa.
When's the last time you thought about the fact that the Torah means light? Let me tell us like today.
Every day.
Oh.
So here's what's crazy, but I'm saying it's the festival of the light, but I'm also saying Rebbitzin of West Hollywood, that it's the Torah of the miraculous, right? The Hanukkah's the story.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, sorry. Shout out to Abraham Shira in Bat Ayin. We've got your sister here with us. Missy, you hear that? Yeah, that's Abraham Shira's sister. How cool.
What?
Okay, so check this out, guys. We're saying that we're celebrating the light, we're celebrating the miraculous, but I want to tell you how they connect in the way of science. Any scientists here? Sam, you know science? You know science? DJ Rebecca knows science.
I love science.
I know, I don't look it. I know
So here's the thing, guys. Light in science is both a wave and a particle. Do you know what that means? That it is the central mystery of quantum physics and quantum mechanics because it's an utter impossibility. Light in and of itself is a scientific impossibility. Can I get some woes?
Whoa.
That's why I like it when there's like 300 people at a shiur because the effects are louder. Let's try it again.
Whoa.
You guys sound fantastic.
And it's not.
And I love your glittery earrings. But here's the thing, guys, and my sister pointed this out
But
to me.
lots of things are not
Is
solid.
everyone looking at the beautiful Hanukkah lights? Great, but I'll tell you, you didn't fulfill the mitzvah, and I'll tell you why. What happens with these magical eyeballs? Do you know that every time that you see something scientifically, you're not seeing it because it's on the outside. You're seeing it because your eyeballs took it, flipped it upside down, and got it inside of your body. The only reason that you could see anything is because it's become a part of you. It's now within you. And so the point of the Hanukkah candles is not just to stare at candles. The point of the Hanukkah candles is to realize and to see your own light. Your own light. So really quick, we're going to go around this little rooftop and we're going to share one word. I was going to catch you on that, Maytal, earlier because I was like, I got the one word trick. Hold up. And I want everyone to share their one word describing your own personal light. Okay? So I'll just start. My sister asked me this the other day, so I have an advanced prep. I think that my light that I bring to the world is honesty. Go. What's your light?
Love.
Love. Amazingness. Joy. Freedom. Creativity. Purity. Oh yeah. Compassion. Hope. Oh, Mushlam, how perfect is this? Hope, hope, hope. Eris brings the light of perspective, yes. Unity. Love. Passion. Music. Energy. Comfort. Compassion. Caring. Amazon, this little light of his. He can order from Amazon for you. If it makes her happy, it couldn't be that bad. If it makes her happy. Very good, that's his light. Listen, if every man's light was to make her happy with Amazon, Mashiach is here. Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm gonna roll compassion also.
Compassion. Empathy. Ooh, it's another good coupling. You must be married. Yes. Transmutation. Acceptance. Generosity. That's true. She hosted me in her house, but she didn't host me in her house. She went to the couch and gave me her bed.
Wow. Guys, it's Neely. Look at freaking Neely.
Confidence.
Laughter.
Curiosity.
Wow.
We're just trying to get a girlfriend tonight.
Yes, Sam.
So all the couples said this is all right. It's all right. Yes. The blonde thing going. It's cool.
Insanity.
I had curiosity planned from this.
It's okay. It's good. We love it. We always said there's going to be matches made here tonight.
Yes.
Miracles.
Oh yeah.
Connection.
But he's a mute.
I'm a muted boyfriend.
So this is really beautiful, guys, and it's really important because if you get through Hanukkah and you don't realize your own light, you're actually going to be stunted from fulfilling the mitzvah of Hanukkah, and I'll tell you why. All right, here we go, guys. We're getting deeper. So first of all, the big idea in Hanukkah, we said, is two things. Okay, lehodotu lehala, which means thanks and praise. I'm gonna praise you. I'm gonna praise you. Come on, Sam. Here we go. Get the shackles off my feet so I can dance. No. Why didn't you guys do it?
So I can praise you.
I'm gonna praise you
like I should.
I'm gonna praise you.
I'm gonna praise you.
So there's a second big idea on Hanukkah. And my friends, if you've only gone to Hanukkah parties every single night, but you did not stop and stare at the lights for half an hour, you're missing the big idea. And I'll tell you why. You ready?
Neighbor side.
Like the wind, my friends. Don't worry, I'm just going to go on for 4 hours. You'll only miss 3.5 minutes. It's cool. I'm joking. I'm predicting like 20 minutes. This is a short shear. All right, cool. So check this out, guys. Let's say, all right, boyfriends and girlfriends in the house. You get home from work and you're like, honey, it's so good to see you. Let's sit and have a romantic dinner. And your partner's on the phone. Is that enjoyable or no? No. Not so much. And they're like, no, it's screen time. Enjoyable or no? Not so much. And they're like, sorry, honey, I have to work. Romantic or not? No. Like, but it's their anniversary. What do you want them to do, ideally?
Put everything down.
Put everything down and sit there and look in your eyes, right? Hanukkah's a really romantic holiday. We're supposed to sit and stare at the Chanukiah for half hour. Half hour. If you haven't done it yet, it'll transform your entire Hanukkah. Sit with the candles. You don't need to talk. You don't need music. You don't need the donuts. You don't need the selfies. night 4 selfie, night 5 selfie, night 6 selfie, night 7. I actually love it, guys. Don't you love social media right now and everything's all Chanukahs everywhere? It's cute, no? Okay,
I like it.
I love it. My whole social media feed is just filled with Chanukahs. But the point is not to take selfies. The point is to sit there. And so Rabbani Yamima Mizrahi brings a Torah from the Baal Chovot Yair that says that if you sit and look at your Hanukkah lights for half hour, you will merit Yeshuv Da'at. Do you know what Yeshuv Da'at is?
No.
Serenity. Serenity. Peace of mind. Just to sit there and be with the light. Now, can you put this together with why I just asked you a second ago? I said to you, Hanukkah is not just about seeing the light of the menorah, it's about seeing your own light. My friends, I want to tell you so genuinely, as a therapist of a lot of years now, I know the skin looks good, I use really good oil. For a lot of years, the key to all healing is seeing your own light. Because if you don't see it in yourself, you have nothing to celebrate. And if you have nothing to celebrate, life sucks. And if you don't see it in yourself, you can't see it in others, and then your romance sucks and you have to call me for therapy. Seeing the light is the essence. And when you sit there and you stare at the light for a half hour and you merit Yeshuv Da'at, you merit internal, how did you call it?
Peace of mind.
Peace of mind. You know why? Because the whole miracle of Hanukkah is that we were willing to see what was good. That's the miracle of our lives. You can have every amazing circumstance in the world, but if you don't see the good like we discussed in our last class, you ain't got nothing. You could have nothing. You could be poor in a country somewhere where if you see the light, you have everything. Hanukkah is about the deepest fixing of all. It's seeing the light first and foremost in yourself. And you know, Meital was bringing up earlier that it's about presence, right? Meital, you were saying how Hanukkah is about being present?
Everybody said things that make them together, right?
So what's amazing, whoever said about presence, if you realize the second bracha, Bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Bazman hazeh. It's not talking about a miracle that happened thousands of years ago. It's saying, Bayamim hahem, in those times, in this moment, right here, right now. Did anyone ever think about that? Bazman hazeh? That blew my mind this year. Eris, did you ever think about that?
Right now.
He just got back from New York. It's like 3 a.m. for him. It's all good. So I just want to point something
you
out.
should follow up on Eris, Deepak Chopra.
Oh, tomorrow
Yes,
is
I'm excited to
Safar and
We'll
Deepak
promote it a little
Chopra
later.
online. Check it out. We're going to advertise for everyone and all their amazing things.
I love him.
So just to point something out, when I say your own light, everyone knows that I'm referring to the light of your soul, right?
Yes.
So check this out. If it wasn't obvious, now you're going to know. Okay. We're talking about the candlelight, right? We're talking about your soul, right? Candlelight soul, sister, you got that down, right? Does anyone know one of the things that the soul is compared to in Judaism all the time?
Candle.
A fire, like a fire. Why? Because a fire, Sam, you got that? A flame is always doing what, guys? What is a flame always doing? It's rising, it's dancing, it's reaching up. The soul is likened to the fire. It's so much so, and I had candles for everyone, it's not going to work on the roof, that the flame of the fire is likened to the 5 levels of the soul. The acronym in Hebrew is called Meranchai, but if you look very carefully at a candle, you have the bottom layer.
Wow.
Right? It's like a blue, it's related to our nefesh, the bottom layer of our soul. You have like an opalescent layer. That's related to Ruach, the spirit, the second layer of the soul. The third, the neshama, that which glows bright, right? If I want to compliment you, I say, you're a neshama, right? That's the next layer. The top layer, if you really stare at a candle, if you do a candlelight meditation, is super bright. That's called the chaya. And we have, our bodies only contain a tiny bit of our soul. But like Beyonce, we have a halo. Halo. Right? Right, you're laughing. So if you take a candle in your hand, but then you put your hands around it, what happens to your hands? They get illuminated. Right. Just like everyone here. When you see someone that's shining, it's not because it's within them. They literally have a glow. And that's why when you're supposed to see your own light, you stare in the Hanukkah candle, see your own light, stare at the Hanukkah candle. Same, but different, as they say in Thailand. Same, but different. And also, by the way, the sages say that the lights of the menorah are compared to the holes on your face. And I always wondered, what the heck is that supposed to mean? But actually, let's say I see Birak, and I'm like, oh man, P-Rock, when he's playing electric bass, he played electric. He's the one that played bass on my song with Chloe Aiden Yovado, by the way, if you're ever wondering. I don't say, oh man, yeah, his back is shining. Oh, do you see his left hand? His left hand is shining, man. No, I see Jesslyn and I say her face is shining. It's our face that shines because it's the expression of our soul. How we doing, guys? This is the shortest year I've ever given, so I had to really make it condensed.
Great.
So now here's the thing, okay? Like I said, everybody knows. It's not about seeing our own light. I have to see my own light. I have to know how radically freaking awesome I am. Because if I don't know how radically freaking awesome I am, I can't know that Joshy's radically freaking awesome. It's not gonna work. I have to be like, dude, I could play music. And then I could look at Joshy and be like, he could play music. Wow. So here's the thing. And this is the deepest teaching of the whole night. And this is like really the crux of tonight's learning. And if you've learned a little bit so far, you may have heard this, but every time it blows my mind. Reb Shlomo Karlibach says, where's Facebook at? Hey, Facebook, I just want to give you some love. Reb Shlomo Karlibach says that on Chanukah, the most beautiful thing in the world happens. And that is that we give God back his dreams. Should have some looks of confusion on your face. It says that on Hanukkah we give God back his dreams. So what does that mean? What is God's dream? So now imagine like this. Do you think God was sitting up there in the infinite universe and is like, oh my gosh, I could create a world. Cool, boom, world, done. Or do you think that maybe before God created the world, he maybe had a dream for the world? He had a hope for the world? Hashem, please send healing to whoever needs it. Amen. Okay, so check this out. You think yes or no? Let's take some votes. Let's take some rounds. Here we go. Do you think God created the world and just said boom, big bang, and it was done? Or do you think that God had a dream for the world?
Dream.
Had a dream. Where do you think Martin Luther King got it? From God.
I think it all happened at the same time.
You think it all happened at the same time? Well, considering there's no time up there, I think you're probably right.
I think it's still happening.
I think it's still happening. Ooh, God is still dreaming dreams. So if you could take one...
God, right?
Oh,
We're still creating the world.
that's what's up.
It's changing every
Co-creators.
day.
That's what's up. Co-creators. I like it.
That's our job.
I dig it. That is our job. So check this out, though. What do you think God's dreams were for the world? Besides, like, creating the Rockies and the Alps and being like, oh my God, look what I just did. Anyone ever seen the Soka River in Slovenia? Blow your freaking mind. It's crystal blue. There's a massive river flowing through Europe that is crystal blue. Check it out online. So cool. God was like, I could make some nature that's gonna, woo, big sir, wait for it. Oh my gosh, right? But what do you think God's dream was for the world?
Happiness.
Happiness? What? Tshuva getting wrong? Tshuva? Adira b'tachtainim underwear in the lowest? Just kidding.
Oh, come on. No, she's translating.
I mistranslated. Adira b'tachtainim. Chabad literature says that the reason God created the world was to have a dwelling place in the farthest reaches, right? The most physical of physical. Beautiful. Reb Shlomo says something different. It says that God's dream, he created this entire universe. This entire universe, all of the solar systems, all the constellations, this epic blow-up Chanukah balloon, music. God created music. Why? All of it. His dream for the world was that one day we would look at each other and bless each other's light. I'm going to read it in Shlomo's words because it's stunning. He says the following. And this is from Reb Shlomo Katz's book, from Reb Shlomo Karlibach's teaching. When the lowest person in the world was a child. Think about people in prison, the people you've met on Facebook that are so mean. You know, the ones I encountered today. or just like someone who you know that's really struggling. When the lowest person in the world was a child, he dreamt about being the holiest, most glorious person. Do you guys remember your childhood dreams? I could take over the world. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be a Broadway star. And I got religious. No, but seriously, you remember your childhood dreams a little bit, right? They were amazing. You could be anything. You'd be the president, an astronaut. When the lowest person in the world was a child, he dreamt about being the holiest, most glorious person. But something happened. Someone destroyed his dream and he gave up on the world. The ultimate fixing is when God gives us back the vision we once had of what we could be in the world. And then Hanukkah comes, and God gives us back our visions. And here I want you to know the deepest depths. Do you know what a friend is? Someone who gives you back that vision. Someone who can bring you back your dreams is your best friend in the world. And I want to bless you, and please bless me back to have friends on this level. Just for a few minutes, let's be friends to each other and reawaken each other's dreams. And can you imagine what kind of dreams God had about the world while he was creating it? And how many of those dreams do you think have come true? God mamish needs good friends to keep his dreams alive. So do you know what we're doing on Chanukah? We're giving God back his dreams. And how do we do that? Carlos, you ready for this? By seeing someone else's Hanukkah candles and making a bracha over them. God's dream was that people would say blessings over each other's light. Now, my friends, I mentioned before how social media, you see it and everyone's Chanukah is there. You never say, that's an ugly one. That's a shitty one. Oh, that one kid made that Chanukah. That's ugly. U-G-L-Y. You ain't got no alibi. No. No way, man. On Hanukkah, we drive through the streets of the religious neighborhoods and we're like, wow, look at that light. Oh my God, you see that light? Look at their light. Look at their light. You think it's about the Chanukah? No way, man. Hanukkah, we give God back his dreams because God's dream was that I would look at Rebecca and be like, oh my God, you're such a shining light. And I'd look at Sam and I'd be like, oh my God, Sam's, you're such a shining light. And I'd look at Abby and I'd be like, oh my God, Abby, bless your light. And in doing so, we give God back his dreams. You know, there's an interesting halacha that we don't use anymore. Halacha is Jewish law. And it says that actually, now if Meital eats an apple, can I make a bracha on her apple and then and she eats it?
No.
If I want to make a blessing over your spaghetti and have you eat it, is that okay or no? No way, man. We bless our own things. But on Hanukkah, there's actually a halacha you can bless on someone else's Chanukah. We don't use this halacha anymore. But the idea is that on Hanukkah, when we look into the lights and then we see our own light, we can finally see each other's light. And when we bless on that light, we're giving God back his dreams.
Wait, what? When you give that, I get
God's dream for the world before he created the world was that we would bless on each other's light. That we'd walk down the streets and blow our minds about how incredible people are.
No, I'm confused.
That's why he made this whole thing. Yes, what's the question?
I'm confused on how you...
Incredible.
Yeah, that's right.
Can I
You're
just say,
incredible.
if anybody doesn't have a Chanukah, a Chanukah menorah of your own for your house,
And if anyone doesn't have a Chanukah, the local Chabad brought Chanukah.
Maytal has
everybody.
some down
They're
there that we brought.
downstairs.
There's a
You can
few
take
downstairs.
home. And if she runs out,
So
just text her.
We're gonna finish in
She'll
one
give you my
minute,
phone
and then you
number
can
and
all
I'll
go
get
get your
you, 'cause I have
Chanukiahs. It's
a
like
lot.
Oprah, free Chanukiahs for everybody. Do we also get vacations to the Maldives? Okay, so just I'm gonna conclude with a few thoughts, yeah? Okay.
It's near the Maldives.
So if you ever wondered why Hanukkah begins with the word chen, chen means grace. And if you're an Israeli, you know that to find chen means you find grace in the eyes of another person. And this is why the word Hanukkah begins with the word chen, grace. Because the idea of Hanukkah is not just to put pretty lights on a candelabra, but to find the light in yourself and fall in love with it, and to find the light in the other and fall in love with it.
We're falling in love with you tonight, Nili.
Yes, Nili.
Yeah, baby, that's what's up.
I'm telling you, wow.
So it says that the modern miracle of Hanukkah is the ability to revive that divine spark, that light that exists within every single one of us.
Yes.
All right, my friends, and that is our little ditty about Hanukkah tonight, that we learned what Hanukkah is about, all the different things that we're celebrating. We learned the deeper level of looking into the light, finding the light inside of you, finding the light inside of the other. And I just want to point out the coolest thing, that if you look at the word Mashiach, the Messiah, which is the whole thing that we're coming to, right? We're like, all of us, we're doing all of this because we're trying to bring more light, more light, more light till we light up the whole world. So I learned this unbelievable acronym that Mashiach is Mem, Madlikim, we light. Shin is Shmona, 8. Yud is Yamei, days. and Chet is Chanukah. Mashiach is Madlikim Shmona Yemei
I have another
Hanukkah.
one.
Oh, we have another
Letters
one.
of the dreidel.
It's amazing.
I didn't check it out, so maybe somebody will do it. But the letters of the dreidel have the same numerical value as the word Mashiach.
That's what's up. We got a Torah from the audience saying that the
Ho
letters
or
of that
Sham?
dreidel have the same
Shin,
gematria.
okay. So diaspora. Diaspora Torah.
Mashiach, L'chaim Kadosh. So my friends, I want to give you a blessing. Shortest shiur I've ever done. I give myself a blessing. Shortest shiur of my life.
Yay, Nili!
This was short. Okay, so I'm gonna give us a bracha, but then I wanna ask you guys to do something. I wanna ask you guys after I give a bracha to turn to the person next to you and give and bless their light also. And if you don't know them, good opportunity to have a hello. So my bracha for us all is really because I'm telling guys, I have to be honest. Like I don't know why people pay me for therapy. All they have to do is fall in love with themselves. All they have to do is be willing to see their own light and to really, really cherish it and appreciate it. That's the key and the core of everything. Because when we're in love with what we see in the mirror, when we're in love with each other, then our vibration rises. And when our vibration rises, like attracts like, and we start attracting love, we start attracting abundance, we start attracting satisfaction and good vibes, and from there, everything flows. So may there be Hashem, thank you so much for this beautiful evening. Thank you so much for the beautiful hostess and all the beautiful friends and all the abundance and the guacamole. Oh my goodness.
Is there more guacamole?
Hashem, thank you so much for bringing us together on a rooftop in Los Angeles to celebrate this holiday. And may we always be blessed to fall more and more in love with ourselves and each other and you, so we can thank and praise you. So Mashiach comes tonight, please God. Now,
Amen.
can I get an amen?
Amen.
Please turn to the person or people next to you and bless their light, because that is God's dream for the world. So please fulfill God's dream for the world by blessing the light of the person next to you. And if there's 2, 3 people, 3 guys, you need me here. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
God bless you, Facebook.
Finish or do you want to finish?